Okay, Paul, now we need to find out whether we're making money or we're losing money. But
You like this part of the show. I can see this is your favorite part of the show.
We like making money here.
So the idea was that we would put our money where our mouth is, because, you know, that old line about how amateurs trade in the morning and the pros trade in the afternoon and the junkies trade all night, but the TV talking heads just trade on paper. Well, not true. We don't. We put our money where our mouth is. So we stuck 100,000 Rand in a real account at Global Trader, and effectively what we've been doing is loading up the positions. You can see the two in yellow there are the short positions, and you can see the color coding there gives us, you know, whether we're making money or not. So in summary, we have made a lot of money on a Richmond long position because they had results and they've just gone, you know, stratospheric since then. We've also made good money on an SAB Miller position, which also was a results-based trade. And we've lost a fair amount of money on a bunch of other stuff, the net result of which we are basically just below the par. So we're at 99,652. We've also had one position which we took and we got exited, because whenever you put on a position there, you're forced to put on an exit price both on the upside and the downside, which is the old story about a stop loss and a take profit. But I mean, our intention is, perhaps it's important we note this, on this portfolio we're not looking to, you know, put it all on red or black on a daily basis. We're not taking all the money we've got and putting it on the trade of the day every day and like closing it out. The idea is that we're wanting to sort of build a portfolio here of long exposures mostly, because we mostly talk about stocks that we like, and we're going to see how that goes. The other interesting point to note is that number out there on the far right, margin. That means that in aggregate currently we've got just under 20,000 Rand, which is tied up in margin, and we've got long exposures in the region somewhere of about 140, 150,000 Rand, and you've got to net that off against the shorts. So that kind of gives you a sense of the degree to which we are invested. We've now been going for 3 full weeks, but I sense we're going to have to work out where we go with this, because after we've done about 6 weeks worth of shows, we'll be fully in, and then we'll start revisiting existing positions.
See whether we're in or out.
And we know we're going to monitor it. I mean, we were giving quite a strong push from the guys at Global Trader with Mark Wilkes here last week saying, well, why don't you take your profits on your ones that you've made profits on? But, you know, I'm mindful of that old story about how if you're doing some gardening, it's not a good idea to cut the flowers off and water all the weeds. So I'm thinking, you know, we've got to let our winners run along and, you know, just only kick out things if we feel there's a big shift. Rolf, I know you're a trader yourself. This may not be, you know, the way you would trade your own account, but does it sort of make some sense to you the way we're going about this?
Yeah, absolutely. Ultimately, time in the market is important, and I personally prefer to take a longer position and to buy great companies. I'm a Buffett and a grain man, but you need to make sure that whatever position you take, you monitor it, and rather stay longer into the market than shorter.
Good. I think that's very much the watchword. So hopefully, Mashudu, we'll get that number into profit so you can get excited next week.
Please, Paul. So we're adding 4 more stocks to our portfolio in next week's trading session.